The galactic dominion stretched across half the known stars. For millennia it had ruled through fear and fire, its fleets crushing every planet that dared to rise against it. Empires had fallen, civilizations erased, and yet the Dominion's banners always rose again. None questioned its command. None except one world that should have been easy to conquer, one world that sent a message the Dominion did not understand. One world called Earth. For most of the galaxy, Earth was a whisper, a backwater system, small and quiet, isolated in a spiral arm so distant that even trade vessels ignored it. Reports claimed it had primitive defenses, a small population, and outdated technology. When the Dominion scouts first detected transmissions from its satellites, they laughed. The human signals were simple electromagnetic waves, crude and loud. The analysts predicted an effortless conquest. The Dominion's Supreme Council approved the operation without hesitation. They dispatched the Ninth Fleet, commanded by Admiral Ralvin, known for his efficiency and ruthlessness. The mission was simple: subdue the planet, secure resources, and integrate it into the Dominion's chain of obedience. Every world before had fallen in less than a day. Before the fleet departed, Earth transmitted a single message. It was short and calm. Do not approach. This is your only warning. The Dominion's officers treated it as arrogance. No planet had ever threatened them. Ralvin smirked at the words and ordered the fleet to proceed. They would make an example of this small world. The Ninth Fleet entered the Sol system with banners blazing. Battleships glided in formation, their metallic hulls reflecting the pale light of the local star. Hundreds of escorts formed a shimmering line of discipline and power. Ralvin watched from his command platform as the planet grew on the main screen, blue and white, calm and beautiful. He admired its shape. He would soon turn it into ashes. He ordered communications to open. To the inhabitants of Earth, he said, his voice projected across frequencies the humans could intercept. The Dominion extends its authority to your world. Submit and your species will be integrated. Resist and you will be eradicated. The message was transmitted. There was silence in return. No reply, no plea, no threat. Just the silent rotation of the planet beneath. Hours passed. Sensors detected no military movement. No fleets, no orbital defenses. Only small satellites and a few stations with weak signals. The Dominion ships moved into position.
Ground invasion units prepared for descent.
Ralvin's confidence grew. It would be quick. Then every sensor went blind. Across the fleet, displays went black. Communications dropped. Power flickered. Artificial gravity wavered. Crews shouted as control systems crashed without warning. Ralvin demanded reports, but none came through. It was as if the void itself swallowed their voices. Moments later, the first ship vanished from formation. One heartbeat it was there, the next it was gone. No explosion, no radiation, no trace. Just empty space where a destroyer had been. Then another disappeared. Then three more. Panic rippled through the fleet. Crews searched for warp anomalies, gravitational distortions, anything that could explain it, but the data showed nothing. The Dominion's most advanced instruments recorded only silence. A deep voice echoed through every surviving ship, carried on a frequency no one recognized. It was clear and human. You were warned, Ralvin froze. The voice spoke perfect Dominion standard. It carried no emotion, only calm authority. You entered restricted space. You ignored our message. You will not proceed, Ralvin roared in rage. Identify yourself. The voice did not reply. Instead, an image appeared on every display. A single vessel hovered before them, massive yet sleek, dark as space itself with faint blue lines tracing across its surface like veins of light. Its design did not match any known pattern. It moved with an ease that defied physics. The Dominion ships locked weapons, but their targeting systems refused to function. The mysterious craft remained unmarked, its silhouette steady. Fire manually, Ralvin commanded. The order was carried out. Hundreds of plasma bolts surged forward, each capable of splitting moons. They reached the human ship and vanished. No detonation, no impact. The space around the craft rippled faintly, then went still again. The Dominion's weapons had simply ceased to exist. The human voice returned. This is your second and final notice. Leave this system immediately. Ralvin laughed bitterly. We are the Ninth Fleet of the Galactic Dominion. We do not retreat, the voice paused. Then you will be remembered. A blinding wave erupted from the human vessel. It was silent, invisible to sensors, but every Dominion ship shook as if struck by a great storm. Shields failed. Engines collapsed. Power drained away in seconds. The fleet's command network disintegrated. One by one, the Dominion ships went dark. Ralvin screamed orders, but his own voice dissolved into static. His display showed the planet below, and the human vessel turning toward them again. Then came the light. Observers on Mars saw a brief flash across the night sky. A flare so bright it illuminated the barren plains. When it faded, nothing remained in orbit. The Ninth Fleet was gone. For days, the Dominion received no communication. Then a faint signal arrived. It was fragmented and barely readable. Ralvin's voice, distorted and weak, repeated the same phrase again and again. They erased us. Then silence. The Dominion dispatched reconnaissance drones. None returned. The Council debated whether to send another fleet, but hesitation spread through the ranks. For the first time in centuries, fear touched the heart of the Dominion. Weeks passed before new data emerged. Probes stationed near the border systems recorded strange gravitational distortions moving outward from Sol. Entire communication arrays went offline when the distortions passed. A Dominion science team analyzed the pattern and found it resembled a controlled spatial field, something far beyond known technology. They concluded that whatever power had destroyed the Ninth Fleet was not a weapon in the traditional sense. It was an alteration of space itself. Rumors began to spread. Soldiers whispered that Earth was not a new species, but an old one that had hidden its strength. Merchants spoke of ghost signals that traveled faster than light, repeating the human warning. Do not approach. Explorers returning from nearby systems reported finding Dominion outposts abandoned. Their machines still running, but their crews gone. The Council finally ordered the 10th Fleet to prepare. Yet even as they assembled, reports came that entire navigation routes near Sol had collapsed. Warp gates refused to activate. Space folded in impossible ways. Every attempt to chart a path to Earth ended in failure. The humans had closed their borders. On Earth, humanity watched quietly. In hidden cities beneath oceans and mountains, they reviewed the data from the battle. The Dominion's fleet had entered the system with aggression, and humanity had answered. Not with anger, but with precision. For centuries, humanity had lived unseen, building technology far beyond the galaxy's comprehension. They had transcended matter, energy, and communication. To the rest of the galaxy, they appeared primitive because they wanted to appear that way. When the first Dominion probe entered the system years ago, humans debated what to do. Some wanted to reveal themselves. Others urged patience. But the probe had scanned their defenses and transmitted data back. That act alone sealed the Dominion's fate. Earth could not risk exposure. The decision was made to issue one warning. Nothing more. The Ninth Fleet's destruction was not celebrated. The Human Council viewed it as a necessary action. Their purpose was not conquest but preservation. Humanity had seen what the Dominion did to other civilizations. Entire species enslaved, planets stripped, cultures erased. Earth would not allow that. Their power existed to ensure peace through deterrence. Yet they knew the message would spread, and it did. In the months that followed, strange phenomena rippled across Dominion space. Fleets malfunctioned, data archives erased themselves, and entire planetary systems lost contact. Some said humanity was erasing evidence of their own existence from every database. Others believed Earth was sending a message far deeper, that knowledge of them was a risk in itself. Eventually, the Supreme Council called for an emergency summit. Every sector commander, scientist, and intelligence chief attended. Holographic charts displayed the losses. One fleet gone, hundreds of ships vanished, and growing instability along the outer sectors. The Council demanded an explanation. No one had one. Then a transmission arrived uninvited. It was not intercepted through known channels. It simply appeared on every screen simultaneously. The same human voice spoke once again. Your fleet violated our boundary. We removed it. Do not send another. There will be no further communication. The signal ended. No trace remained. Even the recording devices that captured it lost the data seconds later. The chamber fell silent. For the first time, the Dominion's leaders looked uncertain. They had faced rebellions, wars, even plagues, but never something they could not fight. Never something that looked at them and simply decided they were irrelevant. Historians within the Dominion tried to analyze humanity's nature. Their records showed that humans were once explorers who sought peace yet prepared for war. They had advanced rapidly, outpacing their neighbors, but then vanished from galactic maps thousands of years ago. The current species believed they had perished. In truth, humanity had gone silent by choice. What none of the Dominion Shobai